so pot washer, become a chef, culinary degree, if you got one or not, but obviously you went to chef school. Now what? So blending pipe tobacco, selling some cigars. Tell me about this.
So the funniest thing is I'm working in a mall in Philadelphia, outside Philadelphia, the Chamonix Mall. My parents were like, this is what you're doing. I'm like, dude, I absolutely love this. So what happened was, a couple years later, my partner and I bought a retail store together. And that all happened because I was working on my master's. I wrote a paper that I didn't do the greatest job on. I thought, and I got an A, and I'm like, either I'm super bright or this test is really easy. I don't know which it is to this day. I still have these issues trying to figure that out. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to pursue this, but they were fun to do, but they weren't a real passion. So cigars and pipe tobacco was really in my blood, and I don't know why it was, because nobody in my family ever smoked anything. And here I am, and my parents were like, all this education you have, you're working in a mall and a tobacco shop. And now you're going to get involved in another tobacco shop an hour way out of Philly, and I absolutely loved it. So, funny how opportunities happen. There was an old sales guy that wanted to retire. I thought he probably thought we were really too young, too dumb guys, but we had more balls than brains. We're like, we're going to buy his business. So we became independent manufacturers rep. I became a road guy. So I would literally travel down south, 3 weeks on the road, 3,000 miles with a map and calling cards, trying to meet people in the south. I was called the Philly Flash. I never wear socks. And I always wore suits, and I talked really fast, and I fell in love with these folks, but I really love the other side of the business where I actually went to other retail stores and actually sold them different products. So as an independent manufacturer's rep, what happens, you carry a lot of lines, you basically make commission on it. So I did that through all the late 80s and into the early 90s, and a cigar boom came. And, it was a very unique time because all the celebrities came into the industry, and I'm like, dude, it's got cigars. Like, who needs celebrities in this world? But it actually helped grow our business. And through all the 90s up until 97, the switch just turned off. And at that point, I'm like, this roadman sales thing is fun, but I really want to do something bigger. So I wanted to actually work with a professional cigar company, and there was one out of Philadelphia. It's still there, Ashton Cigar Company. And so I sold my business to my partner. I ended up moving to Tampa, which I always wanted to. But the greatest story is why I wanted to move to Florida. All through the 80s, I was a huge Miami Vice fan. So for me to move,
they were cool.
Yeah, they were very cool. So for me to be able to do that was really a dream. So I actually worked 8 states there. In a year and a half, I was bored out of my mind. Not because I didn't have a great product sales, just because I knew everybody, and it was easy. So I actually had the opportunity to work with Ernesto Perez-Carrillo, the master and blender for La Gloria Cubana, and I actually ended up joining him in 1999 as the national sales manager. A year after that, or 2 years after that, we actually merged in with General Cigar. And I actually was living in Miami at the time, so I really got to live the Miami Vice lifestyle with it. The Z4 and the convertible and all the pastel linen stuff. It was absolutely phenomenal. And in 2006, the company was sold to a European company, and I got transferred to Richmond, Virginia, where I worked at General Cigar for 16 years. Interesting thing about that was that Ernesto left in 2009 to start his own company. And Ernesto Perez-Carrillo, anybody who doesn't know who he is one of the legendary Hall of Fame cigar masters, a dear friend, and I actually got to mentor under him. He left, and I took over the La Gloria Cubana brand.
Okay.
And so it was a really awe-inspiring thing because the master has now left, and I mentored under him for 10 years. And so it was my brand at the point. So I started to innovate there. And then I created this brand called Foundry, which is my alter ego. And those of you who don't know what Foundry is, it's based off the steampunk movement. And it's about the great innovators from Da Vinci through the industrial age to modern day. If you look at Elon Musk and all these folks, I am in love with innovators because these are the people that change the world. So I created that brand. So I ended up becoming head of innovations and creative director for General Cigar. 2016, the FDA, wonderful FDA, comes in and basically shuts down all innovations. And I retired in September of 2016 and basically took a year off and did whatever the hell I wanted to do. But the cool thing about that was I got, for 35 years I've been in the business and pretty much have done everything, and I didn't know what it was like not to have time to yourself. So I went to see family, worked out, streamed a lot of movies, watched Breaking Bad 2 or 3 times, the entire seasons. And I traveled because what was neat to me was, Bob, I would go to a town, I'd get off a plane, go to a smoke shop, go to a restaurant, go to a hotel, rinse and repeat, get back on the plane, go home, and I never got to see anything. And LA was intriguing to me because to me, LA was this magical, California is this magical place, and I've always in my head was this California cool. So I literally went out there and fell in love with California. The problem was, I ran out of cigars.
You didn't run out of money, you ran out of
No, I
cigars.
ran out of cigars. So the issue with that was I was smoking because I had such a stash of cigars in my house. Anything that was 20 to 25 years old. I had cigar samples I'd worked on that I had in my humidors, and I was just tearing through this stuff. And so I go to California with enough cigars that I thought would last me for a month, and I didn't. And so I'm like, God, I got to buy some cigars. And I had never bought cigars in my life, and I couldn't sync that up in my head. So I called this great company that were fans of mine. I was fans of theirs called Pretech International. They're based in Moore Park, California. They're like, hey guys, I want to buy cigars from you. And they're like, what are you doing out here? And I'm like, nothing. I'm retired. I'm coming out. I'm going to get the jewelry business or the fashion industry. And they're like, well, come on up and see us. So same conversation. What are you doing out here? I'm like, hey, came to get cigars. And what are you doing? Nothing. So they're like, hey, listen, have you paid attention to what's going on in 2017? I'm like, no, man, I've been off the rail. I've been enjoying my life. It has been a great ride, but I'm moving to California. We need a guy like you that knows tobacco, that's a creative guy, and you want to join us. I'm like, only if I can create. And they're like, yes, you can, because the world's changed. And I ended up with this great company.